So to take a look at question number 42, it says if f prime of x is equivalent to g prime of x for all of x, then the following are true. Okay, so if f prime and g prime are the same, basically they're equivalent to each other. Now what could be different though is when we integrate f prime of x, we could get big F of x, and when we integrate g prime of x, we get g of x. And really we need a plus c and a plus c here. So these two can be different. G and f essentially can differ by a plus c. Okay, so basically we can say that f of x is equal to g of x plus c. Okay, well, if this is true then if we integrate this f and this g, so imagine doing this, if we integrate both of these, well, these could be different because that is going to be the integral. I don't know what notation we'll use for this. Let's call that h of x, and we'll call that I of x plus, and this is a dx here and a dx here, so that's going to be c dx. Okay, so although these typically are going to be the same, there is going to be a difference of this extra factor, cx plus c. Okay, so there's going to be a difference of this factor and also this factor here. Okay, so that's a bit of a problem. So these integrals can't be the same. So we can show that they're not the same. Same thing here, f and g are not the same for all of x because they differ by this plus c. Okay, so we can show that those are not the same. The integral of this integral, well, that means then that we're integrating these. So these are not necessarily the same because the integral of this and the integral of this, since they differ by a plus c, okay, so we can maybe say that this is f of x plus c. Okay, these are not going to be the same either because they will differ by the extra factor here. And the same thing here. If this is not the same, then this is not necessarily the same. That plus c cannot account for the differences in those because that plus c cannot account for this cx. Okay, so we'll call that c1 and c2. So this c cannot account for this linear term here. So these are, again, not possible. So these then must be true because basically the area, if these two curves are exactly the same, the area under these two curves, which are exactly the same for this exact same points, are going to be the same. So there is no inconsistency in A, but there are inconsistencies in all the other ones.